Here is the album, and there's a couple of charms here at the front. I just love these, and I apologize, these make quite a racket on my table here. But there's just some sheer ribbon on the side here on a binder clip, and it is a mixed media album, so there's chipboard and paper bags, and the cover here is acetate, and I cut that out with my Cricut, with just one of the butterfly shapes. And I put most of the embellishments on the back, but the flowers here on the front, as well as that swirl, and the rest I glued on from the back side. I hope you can see that all. I know it's a little hard to see the butterfly, but I did add some gold accent with Stays-On ink to the edges, a little room for a photo there, and a chipboard shape for my journaling. I used another flower to cover the back of the front flower, and also added another spiral. And it might be a little hard to see on there, but I did stamp some flourishes and orange Stays-On as well. On this side, and I'm sorry I'm going fast, but it's a thick album. I just want to make sure I get it all in the 10 minutes that we get. So I'm going to talk really fast. So on this side, it is a chipboard shape. It's from Basic Gray, one of their chipboard albums. I just used a couple of the pages. So I covered it with the paper, added a flourish. That was a butterfly that was already on the paper, and I just used some glossy accents and sprinkled glitter in it to get that effect. This one I ran through my Cuttlebug folder. I cut out this shape with, again, the Cricut using Accent Essentials cartridge, and I embossed it with my Cuttlebug. I also sprinkled some embossing powder on there, and I hope you can see that glitter effect. It made it kind of look leathery. But I really love how that shape turned out. And then this one over here, I kind of ran the butterfly through a crimper, and then I added the glossy accent, so he looks a little like he has ridges. But anyway, so that was that page. This butterfly you can see popping out of the back is actually part of the next page, but I'll show you that here. And he can face either way, but this page is just the back side, and I did some ribbon with a spiral embellishment, a spiral clip there, and then this came in the pocket like this. But you can actually set him either way so that the butterfly can face the front of the book or the back. But that's just a simple little clip with that paper butterfly on it. And I backed it with some cardstock so it would be really sturdy. And it also helps from that sliding all the way in the pocket. But that paper is just so beautiful. There's a lot of glitter, there's a lot of foil and embossing in this paper line, and I just loved working with it. On this side, I hope you can see all that. I just, again, on this book, I mainly stuck with the paper. I didn't add a whole lot of embellishments because the paper's really the star on this, and I used the paper as a lot of my embellishment. So this butterfly, again, is just from the paper, and I raised it off the page just enough so that you could put a photo there and still have a tag sit in the front. And that's where that one will sit. This page right here has my grandma. We call her Mamita in our family. She was killed in a car accident a few years ago, and there's not a day that goes by that everyone in our family doesn't miss her. And this was my favorite page in the album, and so it was, of course, given to her. But I pre-put a picture there for my mom. But this just has a photo corner here that I tucked the photo mat and photo under. Put a couple of these half pearl shaped pieces there, and then this bird cage, and she would have loved this bird cage with flowers in it. I just raised off the page with some foam tape, stamped across here, and gave her that special page. So this side, I'm going to put an envelope under that. They're making quite a bit of noise. But on this side of the album, let me just back out here. It is a paper bag. There are 2 paper bags in this album. And on this first one, I simply just made a pocket and put some photo corners here. This little piece came from the paper line, and I just glimmer misted it. And I hope you can see the little sparkles in that. And it fits nicely in there. I used some tulle to tie a ribbon around it. And then I also glimmer misted these and distressed these flowers because they were a little bit bright. They were like a hot pink and hot yellow, or bright yellow, and so I toned those down a little bit. And this one has just a simple tag, so she can add either some journaling or tape some cards to, or more photos.